My name is Elias, and I'm a medium. Right now, I'm in San Diego, and I'm getting ready to surprise Jessica with a private reading. Her Aunt Maria reached out to me a few weeks ago, and the desperation in her email was palpable. She told me that her niece is drowning in grief and guilt, barely surviving 7 months after losing her father. Jessica thinks she's just meeting Maria for a walk in the park, their usual Sunday routine. She has no idea what's about to happen. Before we continue, please comment where you're watching us from. Like and subscribe to support us and watch new readings every day. This is Balboa Park, a place that apparently meant a lot to Jessica and her father. They used to run here together every weekend. Maria told me that Jessica hasn't been back here since he died. Until today. Getting her here took some convincing. I can already feel the energy, a strong military presence. Protective, intense, but also carrying deep pain. This spirit has been trying desperately to reach his daughter, and today he finally gets that chance. I'm waiting by the fountain when I see them approaching. 2 women, one in her 50s with dark hair, that must be Maria, and next to her, a young woman, early 20s, wearing an oversized Marine Corps sweatshirt, her dark hair pulled back in a ponytail. That's Jessica. Even from a distance, I can see the weight she's carrying. Her shoulders are hunched, her eyes down. She looks like someone who's just going through the motions of living. Maria sees me, and her eyes light up with recognition. She's seen my videos. Jessica hasn't noticed me yet. She's staring at the ground as they walk. Jess, look, Maria says gently, touching her niece's arm. Jessica looks up, and her eyes meet mine. Confusion crosses her face. Hi, Jessica, I say, walking toward them. My name is Elias. She looks at Maria, then back at me. I'm sorry, do I know you? You don't know me, but I came here today specifically for you. I'm a medium, Jessica, and your father is here with us right now. Her face goes completely white. She takes a step back, shaking her head. What? No. Tia, what is this? Mia, please, Maria says softly. Just listen. This is Elias. He helps people connect with loved ones who've passed. I asked him to come because I'm worried about you. Because I know you need this. Jessica's hands are shaking. She looks like she might run. I can't do this. I know this is unexpected, I say gently. And I know you're scared. But your father has been trying to reach you for months. He needs you to hear what he has to say. My father is dead, she says, her voice breaking. He's dead because I wasn't there. Because I left him alone when he needed me most. The male energy around us intensifies suddenly. The pain, the urgency. He's been waiting for this moment for so long. That's exactly why I'm here, I tell her. Because he needs you to know the truth about what happened that night. And more importantly, he needs you to stop blaming yourself. Jessica's eyes fill with tears. How could you possibly know what I blame myself for? Because he's showing me. He's showing me everything. And if you'll give me just a few minutes, I promise you, this will change everything. She stands there, trembling, torn between running away and staying. Maria puts a hand on her shoulder. Please, Mia, Maria whispers. For your papa. Jessica closes her eyes, tears streaming down her face. When she opens them, she nods slowly. Okay, but I don't know if I can handle this. You're stronger than you think, I tell her. Your father knows that. He's always known that. I couldn't believe what was happening. Elias, the medium, standing right in front of me, saying my dad was here. Part of me wanted to run. Part of me wanted to scream at Tia Maria for ambushing me like this. But there was another part, a part that I'd been burying for 7 months, that desperately wanted to believe that my dad could still talk to me, that he could tell me it wasn't my fault, that he could forgive me for not being there When he needed me most, we walk over to a bench under a large tree, away from other people in the park. Jessica sits down stiffly, her whole body tense like she's bracing for impact. Maria sits on her other side, holding her hand. Okay, so let me explain how this works. I begin. Your father is going to communicate with me in different ways. Sometimes I see images. Sometimes I feel physical sensations. Sometimes I just hear words or phrases. What he's going to do is validate things, specific things that only you would know. Things that prove, beyond any doubt, that he's really here. Jessica nods, but doesn't say anything. She's gripping Maria's hand so tightly, her knuckles are white. I already feel him very strongly. He's been waiting for this moment. And the first thing I need to tell you is that the energy I'm feeling from him, it's not anger. It's not disappointment. It's pure love mixed with concern for you. He's worried about you, Jessica. Her lip trembles. He should be worried. I'm a mess. He knows. And he's here to help you. Now, I need to ask you something right away, because he's being very insistent about this. What does Jessie girl mean to you? Jessica gasps and covers her mouth with her free hand. Oh my God, that's what he called me. Only him, since I was little. Jessie girl. He's saying it right now. Tell my Jessie girl I'm here. Tell her I'm okay. The tears come fast now, streaming down her face. That was his thing. When I was upset or scared, he'd say, "Hey, Jessie girl, it's okay. Daddy's got you. And he's got you now," I tell her. He never left you, Jessica. Not for one single day. She's sobbing now, and Maria pulls her into a hug. After a moment, Jessica pulls back, wiping her eyes. I'm sorry. Hearing that name. Nobody's called me that since he died. There's more, I continue. He's showing me something you're wearing. Something of his. Dog tags. Military dog tags. You have them, don't you? Jessica immediately reaches under her sweatshirt and pulls out a chain. Hanging from it are 2 metal dog tags. I wear them every day. I never take them off. He knows. He sees you touch them when you're anxious. He sees you hold them when you can't sleep at night. And he wants you to know that every time you do that, his spirit is right there with you. Jessica holds the dog tags against her chest, crying harder. These are all I have left of him. These and memories. You have more than that, I say gently. You have his love. That never died, Jessica. Love doesn't die. She looks at me with red, swollen eyes. My dad was a Marine. He served 2 tours in Afghanistan. When he came back, he had PTSD. Bad PTSD. Night terrors, flashbacks, anxiety attacks. But he was my hero. He was the strongest, bravest person I knew. He still is, I tell her. And he's showing me something else. Something you two were working on together. A car. An old car. A Mustang? Her jaw drops. How do you ... Yes, a 1967 Mustang. It was his dream car. We bought it together last year. It was a project. He was teaching me how to restore it. We were going to do it together. He's showing me that car right now. It's in a garage. Covered up. You haven't touched it since he died, have you? I can't, she whispers. I can't even look at it. It's still in his garage, exactly where we left it. All the tools laid out. The parts we ordered. Everything. He understands why you can't look at it yet. But Jessica, there's something he wants you to know about that car. About that project. What? It wasn't just about the car. It was about spending time with you. It was about teaching you. It was about having those hours together where it was just you and him working side by side. Those moments meant everything to him. Jessica breaks down completely. They meant everything to me, too. Those were our best times. Just me and him in that garage, listening to classic rock, talking about everything and nothing. He'd tell me stories about the Marines, about my mom when they first met, about when I was born. He'd tell me I could do anything I set my mind to, that I was strong like him. You are strong like him, I say. He sees that strength in you even now, even in your grief. I don't feel strong, she says. I feel broken. Strength isn't the absence of pain, Jessica. Strength is carrying that pain and still getting up every day. And you've been doing that for 7 months. She wipes her eyes with her sleeve. Barely. Some days I don't even know how I'm still here. Your father knows about those days, I tell her. The days when you don't want to get out of bed. The days when you can barely breathe. He's been there for all of them. Jessica looks at me with desperate eyes. If he's been there, why couldn't I feel him? Why has it felt like I'm completely alone? Because guilt is like a wall, Jessica. It blocks our ability to feel spirit. It's so heavy, so overwhelming, that it drowns out everything else. And you've been carrying a massive amount of guilt. She looks down at her hands. You have no idea. Actually, I do. Because he's showing me. He's showing me what happened that night. But before we go there, I need to ask you something else. You stopped going to therapy, didn't you? Her head snaps up. How do you know that? Because he's telling me. You were going to a therapist. For months after his death. But then you stopped. About 2 months ago. Jessica nods slowly. I stopped going because ... Because the therapist kept trying to tell me it wasn't my fault. And I couldn't sit there and listen to that lie anymore. It was my fault. I know it was. Your father wants to talk about that, I say carefully. But first, there's something else. He's showing me that he was teaching you more than just how to fix cars. He was teaching you self-defense too, wasn't he? A sad smile crosses her face. Yeah, he taught me Krav Maga, Marine combat training. He started teaching me when I was 16. He said every woman should know how to protect herself. And you got good at it. I did. We'd practice together. It was another thing we did, just the two of us. He was so proud when I could actually land hits on him. Her smile fades. He always said he wanted me to be able to take care of myself, to be strong and independent. A fighter. You are a fighter, Jessica. You're fighting right now. Fighting through this grief. She shakes her head. I'm not fighting. I'm barely surviving. Suddenly, I feel a shift in the energy. The spirit is ready now, ready to address what happened. I feel a heaviness in my chest, a deep sadness mixed with desperation. Jessica, I need to talk to you about the night your father died. Is that okay? Her whole body goes rigid. I don't know if I can talk about it. I understand. But he needs you to hear this. He needs you to know the truth. I already know the truth, she says, her voice breaking. I know what I did. I know what I didn't do. He's showing me that night right now, I continue gently. It was September 3rd. You were home from college. It was your first semester at UC San Diego. You were living in the dorms, but you'd come home that weekend. Jessica nods, tears already streaming. Yes, and that night, your father asked you to stay home. He asked you to watch a movie with him or something. But you had plans. There was a party. Your friends were going. How do you know this? She whispers. Because he's showing me. And Jessica, he's also showing me that you almost stayed. You almost canceled your plans. I should have, she cries. I should have stayed home with him. He's showing me the conversation. You were getting ready to go out. He came to your room. He said something like, You sure you want to go out tonight, Jessie girl? We could just hang out here. Order pizza. Watch that movie you wanted to see. Jessica is shaking now. That's exactly what he said. Word for word. And you said you'd already promised your friends that you'd hang out with him the next day. Yes, she sobs. And he said it was okay? He said, go have fun. Be safe. Text me when you get there. He hugged me. He told me he loved me. And I left. What time did you leave? Around 8 o'clock. And what time did you come back? Jessica takes a shaky breath. I got a bad feeling at the party. Around 10:30. I don't know why, but I just felt like something was wrong. So I told my friends I was leaving. I drove home. I got there around 11. I feel the weight of what's coming. The trauma. The image Carlos is showing me. And when you got home, the house was quiet. The TV was on in the living room. But your father wasn't watching it. No, Jessica whispers. He wasn't in the living room. I called out for him. No answer. So I went looking for him. And you found him in the garage. She breaks down completely. Maria holds her tighter, crying too. I found him in the garage, Jessica gasps between sobs. The door was closed. I opened it, and he was there. On the floor. There was blood. So much blood. And his gun. His gun was in his hand, I say softly, feeling the wave of trauma and pain. He shot himself, Jessica. Your father took his own life. She can barely speak through the sobs. Yes, he shot himself in the head. In our garage. While I was at a party. While I was out having fun. My father was dying alone. You called 911 immediately, I continue, seeing the scene Carlos is showing me. I tried to help him first. I knew CPR. He taught me CPR, so I tried. I put pressure on the wound. I was screaming at him to stay with me. There was so much blood on my hands, on my clothes. And I was screaming and crying and begging him not to leave me. Maria is crying now too, holding her niece. The paramedics came. They tried to revive him. But he was already gone. He'd been gone for probably an hour before I found him. If I had just stayed home like he asked, if I had been there ... then what, Jessica? I asked gently but firmly. What would have been different? I could have stopped him. She cries. I could have talked him down. I could have taken the gun away. I could have gotten him help. I could have saved him. Your father is showing me something right now, I say. He's showing me that this wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision. This was something he'd been planning. Jessica shakes her head violently. No, he seemed fine that day. He was happy. We had breakfast together. We talked about working on the Mustang the next day. He was making plans. He was making plans because he didn't want you to know. He didn't want you to see it coming. Jessica, your father had been struggling with his PTSD for years. You know that? Yes, but he was managing it. He was going to the VA. He was on medication. He was doing better. On the outside, yes. But inside, he was losing the battle. And he'd made the decision weeks before. Maybe even months before. He'd written letters, hadn't he? Jessica's eyes widen. How do you know about the letters? Because he's showing me. You found them after. Letters to you, to Maria, to his military friends. He'd written them ahead of time. Yes, she whispers. They were in his nightstand. The police found them when they were investigating. He'd dated them. Written them over the course of 2 months. The one to me ... Her voice breaks. The one to me was 10 pages long. What did it say? Jessica wipes her eyes, trying to compose herself enough to speak. He said he was sorry, that he couldn't fight anymore, that the demons from the war were too strong, that he'd tried everything, therapy, medication, meditation, everything. But the nightmares wouldn't stop. The flashbacks wouldn't stop. He said he felt like he was dying slowly anyway, and this way was faster. And what did he say about you? He said I was the only reason he'd held on as long as he did. That being my father was the greatest honor of his life. That watching me grow up was worth every moment of pain he'd endured. But he said he couldn't keep pretending anymore. He couldn't keep smiling when inside he was screaming. The pain in the air is almost unbearable now. Both Jessica's pain and Carlos's pain mixing together. He also said something else in that letter, didn't he? I asked. Jessica nods, crying. He said, "Jessie girl, this is not your fault. No matter what you think, no matter what you feel, this is not your fault. You gave me reasons to live. You gave me joy. You gave me purpose. But my sickness was stronger than my love for you, and I need you to understand that. Please don't blame yourself. Please don't let my death ruin your life. Please live. Live for both of us. And have you been able to do that?" I asked gently. "Have you been able to live?" "No," she admits. "Because I don't believe what he wrote. I think he was just trying to make me feel better. But the truth is, if I had stayed home that night, I could have prevented it. I could have been there. I could have talked to him. I could have reminded him of all the reasons to keep fighting. Jessica, I need to tell you something your father is showing me right now. Something important." "What?" "That night, when he asked you to stay home, he was testing himself. He was giving himself one last out. He was thinking, if she stays, I won't do it tonight. If she stays, I'll try for one more day." Jessica sobs harder. "See? I should have stayed. But he's also showing me that if you had stayed that night, he would have done it another night. When you were back at school. When you weren't there. Because this wasn't about you being there or not being there, Jessica. This was about a disease. A mental illness. PTSD is a disease, and it was killing him slowly. You couldn't have loved him out of it. You couldn't have saved him from it. But I could have tried. You did try. Every day of your life, you tried. You were his light. You were his reason to keep going. But eventually, the darkness became too much. And that is not your fault. Jessica, your father is telling me something very clearly right now," I say, leaning forward. "He's saying I need my Jessie girl to hear me. I need her to really hear me. It was not your fault." She shakes her head, still resisting. "But if I had just—" "No," I interrupt firmly. He's being very clear. There is no if I had just. This was going to happen. If not that night, then another night. If not that month, then another month. You could not have stopped this, Jessica. The disease was too powerful. But I was his daughter. I was supposed to save him. You weren't supposed to save him. You were supposed to love him. And you did. Every single day of your life, you loved him. And that love kept him alive longer than anything else could have." Jessica looks at me with desperate, broken eyes. "Then why did he leave me? If I was his reason to live, why did he choose to die?" "Because he wasn't choosing to die, Jessica. He was choosing to stop suffering. There's a difference. Your father loved you more than life itself. But his pain became greater than his love. And that's what mental illness does. It's not a choice. It's a disease. I miss him so much," she cries. "Every single day I wake up and for a split second I forget he's gone. And then I remember. And it's like losing him all over again. He knows. He sees your pain. And it breaks his heart. Because the one thing he was trying to avoid, causing you pain, happened anyway. But Jessica, he needs you to know something about what happened after." "After what?" after he pulled the trigger, after his body died. He needs you to know that he didn't suffer. She looks up at me. What do you mean? The moment his soul left his body, the pain stopped. All of it? The PTSD, the nightmares, the flashbacks, the anxiety, the depression, all of it vanished instantly. For the first time in years, he felt peace. Really? She asks, her voice small and hopeful. Really? And he's showing me what happened next. His spirit stayed in that garage. He saw you come home. He saw you open the door. He saw the look on your face when you found him. And Jessica, he's telling me that was the worst moment of his existence. Watching you go through that trauma. Watching you try to save his body when his soul was already free. He was there? He saw me? He was there. And he tried to comfort you. He tried to let you know he was okay. But you couldn't feel him because the shock and trauma were too overwhelming. I felt so alone, she whispers. You weren't alone. He's been with you every single moment since that night. When the paramedics came, when the police questioned you, when you had to call Maria and tell her what happened, when you identified his body at the morgue, when you planned his funeral, when they folded the flag and handed it to you. Every moment, Jessica. He never left your side. Fresh tears streamed down her face. I wish I could have felt him. You can feel him now, because he's here right now. And there's something specific he wants you to know about the morning after he died. What about it? You woke up in your childhood bedroom. You'd slept there because you couldn't bear to be in your dorm. And when you woke up, you smelled something. Coffee. His coffee. The way he always made it. Jessica gasps. Oh my God, yes, I smelled coffee that morning. I thought I was going crazy. I thought it was my imagination. It wasn't your imagination. That was him. He was trying to let you know he was still there. Still taking care of you in the only way he could. I went downstairs, thinking maybe I dreamed the whole thing. Maybe he'd be in the kitchen making coffee like always. But the house was empty. The coffee maker was off. There was no coffee. But I could still smell it. Because his spirit was there, recreating that memory for you. Trying to comfort you. Jessica covers her face with her hands, sobbing. I thought I was losing my mind. I thought the trauma was making me hallucinate. You weren't hallucinating. And there have been other signs too, haven't there? Signs you've been dismissing as coincidence or imagination. She nods slowly. Sometimes when I'm in my dorm room, really upset, the lights flicker. Sometimes I hear his voice in my head, telling me it's going to be okay. Sometimes I feel like someone's hugging me when no one's there. But I always told myself I was just creating these things in my mind because I missed him so much. Those weren't your imagination, Jessica. Those were him. He's been trying so hard to reach you, to let you know he's still with you. But the guilt has been blocking you from fully receiving his messages. Jessica, did you just feel something? Like a warmth on your shoulder? I ask suddenly. She touches her left shoulder, eyes widening. Yes, how did you ... That's your father. That's him putting his hand on your shoulder right now. The same way he used to when you were upset. Remember? He'd put his hand on your shoulder and say, I've got you, Jessie girl. She starts crying again. But this time, there's something different in her expression. Less despair, more wonder. I can feel it. I can actually feel his hand. He's here, Jessica. He's right here with you. And he's never going to leave. She closes her eyes, tears streaming down her face, holding perfectly still as if afraid the sensation will disappear. Now, he's showing me something about the future, I continue. Something coming up. You're supposed to graduate next year, aren't you? In May? Yes, I'm supposed to. But I've been thinking about dropping out. Why? Because what's the point? I'm studying political science because Dad wanted me to. He had this dream that I'd work in the VA, helping veterans. But he's gone now, so why keep going? He's telling me very clearly, you need to finish. You need to graduate. Not for him, but for you. And for all the other veterans who need help. Jessica, your father's death doesn't have to be meaningless. You can honor him by doing exactly what he hoped you'd do, helping others who are fighting the same battles he fought. She looks at me, processing this. You think that's what he'd want? I don't think it. He's telling me directly. He says, Jessie girl, finish what you started. Make a difference. Help the warriors who are still fighting. Do it in my name. That's how you honor me. Not by drowning in guilt, but by living with purpose. Jessica nods slowly, a tiny spark of something, maybe hope, appearing in her eyes for the first time. Okay, I'll try. There's something else, I say. About that Mustang in the garage. She tenses up again. I can't deal with that car. Your father is showing me that eventually, when you're ready, he wants you to finish it. Not now, not until you've healed more. But someday, he wants you to finish restoring that car. And when you do, he'll be right there with you, guiding your hands, just like he always did. I don't know if I can go back in that garage, she admits. That's where I found him. He knows. And he's so sorry that you had to find him that way. That's one of his biggest regrets, that his last gift to you was trauma. But Jessica, he's asking you to eventually reclaim that space. Don't let his death define that garage forever. Remember all the good times you had there. All the hours you spent together, working side by side, laughing, talking, learning. I'll try, she whispers. But not yet. Not yet, I agree. When you're ready. Suddenly, I feel Carlos's energy shift, lighter now, with a touch of humor. Okay, he's showing me something that's making me smile, I say. Did you recently try to cook something and completely burn it? Jessica actually laughs a little through her tears. Oh God, last week, I tried to make his famous chili recipe, the one he made every Super Bowl. I thought maybe if I could make it, it would feel like he was there. But I completely destroyed it. Burned it so bad, I had to throw the pot away. He was there, and he was laughing. He says you forgot the most important ingredient. What? Love. He always said cooking was 10% ingredients and 90% love. You were so focused on getting the recipe perfect that you forgot to just enjoy the process. She's smiling now, really smiling. That sounds exactly like something he'd say. He was always telling me to stop overthinking everything. Just feel it, Jessie girl. Trust your instincts. He still wants you to trust your instincts. Especially now. Elias, can I ask you something? Jessica says, her voice steadier now. Of course. Do you think he's at peace? Really at peace? Or is he stuck somewhere because of how he died? He wants you to know that he is absolutely at peace. Suicide doesn't condemn someone, Jessica. Mental illness isn't a sin. Your father is exactly where he's supposed to be. And he's waiting for the day when you'll join him. Many, many years from now, after you've lived a full, beautiful life. What's it like for him? Where he is. He's showing me light, warmth, love. He's showing me that he's reconnected with other Marines he lost in combat. He's with his parents, your grandparents. He's surrounded by love. And most importantly, he's free from pain. The PTSD is gone. The nightmares are gone. He's finally, truly free. Jessica closes her eyes, taking this in. I'm so glad he's not suffering anymore. I just wish ... You wish he was still here. Yes, he wishes that too. But he also knows that wasn't possible. Not in his human form. The pain was too great. Jessica, Your father is giving me his final message now, I say, taking her hands. He says, Jessie girl, I need you to live. Really live. Not just survive. I need you to finish school. I need you to help other veterans. I need you to fall in love someday. I need you to be happy. That's what I want more than anything. Your happiness. And please, baby girl, forgive yourself. What happened was not your fault. I love you more than all the stars in the sky. I'm always with you. Always. Jessica is sobbing, nodding. I love you too, Dad. I love you so much. He knows, sweetheart. He's always known. Thank you, Elias, she whispers, hugging me. You gave me my father back, even if just for today. As I watch Jessica and Maria walk away, I see something different in Jessica's posture. Her shoulders are a little straighter. Her head is a little higher. For the first time in 7 months, Jessica Martinez has permission to heal. That's why I do this work. Please comment where you are watching us from. Like and subscribe to support us and watch new readings every day. God bless you.